Good morning, Monona Grove. I'm Grace.
And I'm Bryce, and these are your announcements for Tuesday, September 16th, 2025. Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Congratulations to the students of the month for the month of August. The following students were acknowledged for their commitment to Monona Grove's mission statement. Congrats to Bryce Halverson, Kinley Mabey, Santana Jackson, Sam Swinsky, Owen Hinthorn, Michaela Fowler, Lucy Collins, and Keegan Sullivan. Now to Studio B with the Environmental Club.
And I'm Camden.
And I'm Sienna.
And we're your Environmental Club leadership for this year.
We're here to remind you our first meeting tomorrow at 7:45 in the library.
Show up to learn about what the club will be doing this year and ways to get involved.
Tomorrow we will also be having an Ian's Pizza fundraiser, so stop by Ian's Pizza from 5 to 9 and show our poster to support our club.
Thank you. Now back to the desk.
PSAT registration closes 1 week from today. The PSAT is an optional test for 10th and 11th graders. You should have or will be hearing more about the PSAT in your English classes this week. The registration form will be emailed out last week, and a reminder email will be sent to sophomores, juniors, and their parent guardians later today.
A representative from UW Stevens Point will be in the Commons today during late lunch. Please see Ms. Boyd in Student Services if you have early lunch or need a pass to attend. Now to a video about evacuation.
Good morning, Silver Eagles. My name is Mr. Kling, Associate Principal. I'm going to spend a few minutes going through with you the steps that we would take in an evacuation drill, or if we needed to evacuate the building for real. I'd appreciate your attention for the next few minutes, as this information is very important, and it's essential that we all take the same process and the same steps to make sure that we get out of the building quickly and safely. We're going to follow what we call the building evacuation protocol, which is the protocol that students, staff, and law enforcement all take whenever we have an emergency situations. And so I'm going to be talking through evacuation today. So the most likely way that you would know that you would need to evacuate the building is if you were to hear the fire alarms. But also note that it could be over the PA system. So if it's not something that triggers one of our alarms, it could just be that there's a need for us to evacuate for different reasons. In those situations, you want to follow the route that you will take out of the building and meet your teacher and classmates outside in your designated area. Now, if you're not sure where that is, in every classroom or office, you should see a white map near the door that will show you exactly where you exit to get out of the building. And there's also a colored campus map that shows where you will actually evacuate when you're outside. If and when you need to evacuate, you're going to leave all of your materials behind, unless that you are prompted by an overhead page or your teacher to gather all of your belongings to evacuate campus. That would really only be if it's a planned evacuation and we know that we're going to be out of the building for an extended amount of time. And the last detail is if you were the last one out of the room, you should close the door behind you. In terms of leaving the building, it's important that you stick with your teachers and your class and you follow the route out of the building to your designated area outside of the building. We have created routes that can get the most people out of the building in the quickest amount of time. So when people start going out routes that they're not supposed to, it slows everybody down. Once you're outside, just make sure that you keep moving away from the building to prevent congestion and traffic backup. Now, I do get questions from students that ask, well, what do I do if I'm not in my classroom when a building evacuation begins? In that case, you would want to head out the nearest exit to you and join your class outside the building if you know where they're going to be. If not, then just find a staff member in a reflective vest and we'll make sure that you are accounted for. Because one of the things your teachers are going to do is they're going to take attendance and you will have your teacher looking for you. Once you're outside and you're with your class at your designated meeting point, you want to line up behind your teacher, so the staff are in the front, facing the building, and all of the students are behind. Please stay where you are, stay in line so that your teacher can take attendance, and be patient. We have to have all of our students and staff accounted for before we are allowed to move back inside, if moving back inside is an option. Then the next thing you'd want to do is listen for the all clear, and that is a message that is typically over the PA system that says that it's safe to re-enter the building. It could also be you'll see teachers, your teachers telling you it's safe to re-enter, or administrators coming outside to let you know that outside the building. If it is all clear, you need to follow your teacher and classmates back into the building, returning the same way that you came in. You want to go right back to class. This isn't another passing period, so please get back to class in a timely manner, and we resume our normal activities once you're back in your classroom. So what can you do to prepare? Probably the best thing you can do is know your evacuation route and your outside meeting location in each classroom that you are in throughout the day. So you may be in 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe even 9 different classrooms if you go to resource centers often. And it's a good idea just to familiarize yourselves with, if I'm in this room, what's the route I take out of this room, and where would I meet my class when I'm outside? Another thing that you can do to prepare is ask questions. If you're not sure about anything, ask a staff member, or feel free to talk with me or Officer Wunsch. So, practice. When are we going to practice? The first official drill that we will have is going to be on September 18th, which is Thursday. So tomorrow, later today, which is the 16th, in your 2A class, you're going to talk through the evacuation process, your evacuation route, and your outside meetup location for your classroom. So 2A teachers, it's important that you preview for your 2A class the route you're going to take and where you're going to be going. And then on the 18th, which is Thursday, we'll actually hold the evacuation drill itself right after student announcements. If for some reason the weather is not cooperative, we'll do the drill on the next 2A class that we have, which is going to be Tuesday, September 23rd. So again, just a reminder, you're going to review the evacuation procedures Tuesday. The drill will be in the same class on Thursday. Thank you for attention. I very much appreciate you listening. And again, if you have any questions, please ask your teacher or come find me. Good morning, Silver Eagles. My name is Mr. Kling.
Attention aspiring writers. Writing Club will have a brief informational meeting today after school in room 217. We would love to see you there.
DECA will have an informational chapter meeting tomorrow, September 17th at 7:45 a.m. in large group study hall. All interested students are encouraged to attend. Donuts will be provided. And now let's go to the sports desk.
Sports! Varsity Girls Golf is a 3 o'clock meet at Baraboo Country Club. JV Girls Golf is a 3:30 meet at Fairfield Hills Golf Course in Baraboo. Girls Tennis has 4 15 home matches against Watertown. Boys Soccer has away games at Milton with JV at 5 and varsity at 7. Girls Swim has 6 o'clock home meets against Beaver Dam and Watertown. Now let's head to the weather.
Good morning, Monona Grove. You know, no shade, but it's really sunny outside today. Let's take a look. So we got 72 degrees all the way up to 83 degrees. Good thing is we got minimal winds. You know, today, since it's so hot outside, I decided to take the heat wave's source of action and play its favorite song. Staying alive. Back to the desk.
And now for the rest of the news.
Today in the traditional line, we have signature pizza, seasoned peas, Caesar romaine salad, grape tomatoes, and pineapple tippets.
Happy birthday today to Ian Serrato, Lily Serrato, Brooklyn Coral, Quinn Fisher, and Roman Smith!
It was dark, and I was over until you kissed my lips and you saved me. My hands, they were strong, but my knees were far too